So, for anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Lena, and I am the hostess with the mostest of a small business shopping network. And I kind of want to tell y'all, while I'm actually making dinner, what the heck has been going on, right? So, if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I never get on here. Y'all don't ever see me live. Y'all don't ever see me live. But some foolishness has been going on lately. So, let me ask you. When you go to a business or you go to do business, do you deal with your cousins or you deal with the shade? And the reason why I'm asking, and I'm not racist. My mama is white and my daddy is black. So that gives me free range to talk about both of y'all, black people and white people. But I got such a problem going on. So my business is small business. My business is to promote small businesses, right? And as I'm here promoting small businesses, I gotta vet them out too. I gotta make sure they're on the up and up. Because I'll be damned if I'm promoting some business that's offering some bullshit. Either they're pulling up on you with some physical bullshit, they giving you a t-shirt and the shit is falling apart, or, they DJing, but they only come with a boombox, like whatever it is, because, your cousins be always trying to get over, right? So, my partner, Kay, and I are in the process of actually planning a tea party. It is a ladies-only tea party, and it's going to be on April 30th. Here in Metro Atlanta, Georgia. And so, being here in Georgia, we have tons of historic, a lot of old Confederate crappy shit, but we actually have some really cute little historic areas. And so, for a ladies' tea party, what better place would there be than to actually have it at one of these historic houses in a historic area, right? So Helena is like, all right, cool. Let me go look and see. I found the most adorable house. Oh my gosh. I mean, nice porch, gorgeous entryway, everything. It had a courtyard. It was almost the perfect spot. Honestly, truly, almost the perfect spot, except for the black hand factor. And this is the thing that really upset me, because why do black-owned businesses, and it's not all of them, but why are they always seeming like they trying to fucking get over? And I say that because right now we are in the time of COVID. COVID has resurged with this Omicron bullshit, and it is literally slapping people in the face. And so, things are iffy. You can't be, 100% guaranteed, solidified on everything, especially with events. And, people congregating and getting together and stuff like that, because we don't know what's going to happen, right? So, again, my partner, Kay Bridges, and she's at Kayy Bridges, there on TikTok, and we are partnering to do this all ladies tea party. And again, this house we found was so cute, and it really makes me sad because the people that own this property are just totally gold digging. Let me tell you, it is the time of COVID. Who in the hell wants to put down a 60% non-refundable deposit? Non-refundable. Non-refundable, 60%. So that means if you're putting on an event, right? And say your event is, say $1,000. I'm just, so for math purposes, your event is $1,000. That means for you to book the event and save the day, this chick is going to take $600 from you, and that shit is non-refundable, meaning you ain't getting it back. So if you cancel, if, Dr. Fauci says and the CDC says shut all that shit down and we can't do anything, this chick just made off with our 600 or 60% non-refundable deposit. Why? Why do they do stuff like that? That is so ridiculous. So on top of that, let me tell you about the other things that she was trying to do. So the rental of this space was okay. The price was okay. We were good with that. But we were going to have a DJ. Ooh, a DJ, right? Like a live DJ. So the DJ is going to come with all his equipment. Mics, speakers, amplifiers, everything. This woman or these ladies were trying to charge us an additional almost $500 just to actually plug into the house to be able to do the sound system. What kind of foolish bullshit is that? Like, for real, for real. So not only are you requesting a 60% non-refundable deposit in this time of COVID, but then you're trying to nickel and dime. We have our own DJ who has his own equipment, but you still want to charge almost $500 just to plug into your wall. That's kind of crappy. Like, for real, for real. That's nickeling and diming. These are your cousins doing this kind of foolishness. The next thing is, she wanted to charge us $500 just for a bartender. And that's not even for that's not even for like any alcohol. That's just for the presence. And then you locked in, you got to have their shit. You can't even bring your own shit. You got to use their shit too. Like, that's ridiculous. So 60% non-refundable. 60% non-refundable. Again, 60% non-refundable deposit. That is so horrible. What kind of businesses do this kind of stuff? The ones that can get away with it, right? The ones that think that we're stupid, us are stupid, and we're not going to read the fine print, and we're not going to see what's going on. But when you want to turn around and try to give us some of this foolishness, I mean, like, for real, how are you going to give us a 60% non-refundable quote? That's so we would have had to pay $1,700 that we would have just lost. We wouldn't have even got back. So if COVID, Fauci, the CDC shut that shit down, they would have just been like, la, 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 like skipping and shit off to the bank with our $1,700 and not even giving it back. And then almost $500 just to jack into their wall with our own DJ, our own amplifiers and stuff. What kind of bullshit is that? Like, for real. And then it was like, well, we'll do the straws and this and the napkins. Bitch, please. Where is $500 for that? You can go to the dollar store and get you some swizzle sticks. You can go to the dollar store and get you some cheap ass 2 for $1 sodas, and you skating off again to the bank and shit. Ha ha ha, laughing because you just took our $500 to the bank. I don't understand what the problem is with these Black-owned businesses. Now, this is not everybody, but we know how your cousins are, and I give free range to talk about this because my mom is white and my dad is Black. So I can talk, I could be an equal opportunity hater, like, for real, and talk about both of y'all. So, Black businesses are always crying that we giving our business to the fucking white man. Well, guess what? The white man doesn't nickel and dime us. The white man gets back to us on fucking time, right? The Black man helps you. The white man helps you and gives you options. You know what I'm saying? They don't have stank fucking attitude because money don't have no stanking color. And they might not like your ass, but they gladly gonna accept your money and give you that customer service for the money that you're paying. But us, on the other hand, we got issues and problems for some reason with our business etiquette. Whether it is trying to get over on people or we got a stank fucking attitude. And don't think that attitude cannot come through over a text message, over Messenger. When you type in and all that shit, believe me, that transference of stankness energy certainly comes through and you can feel it. So I don't understand what is up with these Black owned small businesses. Yeah, you know, there's some raggedy white folks out there too. Of course. But for real, if you're a Black owned business, why in the hell are you going to do Black people shady? So let me ask that again. If you are a Black owned business doing business with other Black people or other melanated people, why in the hell would you have shady business practices? That's going to make their asses exit stage left, and then they just going to go to the white man, right? And I hate to say it like that, but that's just life. That's how it is. So I'm saying, y'all, I need you to do better. I need you to act like y'all got some sense when you get some clients coming to you. So it is hella unfair that we have a difficult time supporting our own. We all want to support small businesses. We all want to support local. We all want to, put money back into our community. We all want to be able to help those who are a little bit beneath us and help them, achieve and rise up to their dreams. But I'll be damned if I'm going to be doing that with them trying to nickel and dime off of me, because it is just so ridiculous. So that is my rant. That is what I'm talking about. If you don't know the event place that I'm talking about, I'm not going to say their actual name. I'm not going to put them out there like that. But they are located in Stone Mountain, Georgia. And you can go ahead and see the front of their house and look them up yourself and see if you are satisfied with the amount of customer service or the lack of customer service that was given, because it was truly a lack. So I waited a few days to actually get a quote from this event place. And when I got it, it was actually a Sunday night. So I got an event quote on a Sunday night at like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, right? Then all of a sudden, I get a past due notice Monday morning. It wasn't even 24 hours later. How do you get a past due notice on a quote? A past due notice on a quote? Dude, so if you're getting a past due notice on somebody who's giving you a quote, that means that business is super uberly thirsty and they are hurting for money. And that is a horrible predicament to be in. One, being the customer, you feel like this business is trying to nickel and dime you to death. So again, Miss Akashano or Akasha. There it goes. It looks like Akasha. I'm sorry. Even I got dollar store glasses, so I can't see shit, girl. But Miss Akasha, I was telling folks how, sometimes doing business with us is a little bit difficult because some of us have no need in being in business. my business is actually small businesses. I promote small businesses. I do live shows and I have them on there promoting them and all of this stuff. And so, I know about these small businesses. I know what small businesses are good. And I know the red flags that come up and slap you in the face when there are, bad businesses that come around. And a business that is asking you in this day and age, literally this day and age, we are in the age of COVID. So literally asking for a 60% non-refundable deposit is hideous. And it's really like inhumane at this time too, to go ahead and skip off with somebody's money. So I'm just saying, y'all beware of some of these businesses out here. And again, I'm not just trying to down just black businesses, because that's not the thing. But because I'm half black and half white, I feel I can talk about both of y'all. I can be an equal opportunity hater and tell both of y'all what you're doing right, and definitely tell both of y'all what you're doing wrong. And a lot of my cousins on this side are really fucking up when it comes to small business. Having an event space does not give you the right to totally try to rip off the person that is trying to have an event. So me and my partner, we're just trying to have a tea party. But what if it was somebody who was trying to have a wedding? What if it was somebody who was trying to have like a 25th or 50th anniversary party? What if it was, a grandma celebrating her 90th birthday or something like that? And, God forbid, like something happens and you have to cancel that event. And then this business is like, 60% non-refundable deposit. Again, just skipping and shit on the way to the bank. That is just so uncool. And I just want to give this business a huge thumbs down. You are definitely not Lena approved, and I am not happy about that. So, because I really like the building and it makes me sad. So I'm going to go ahead and make my chicken right now. I'm frying some chicken tenders. I had them marinating overnight, and it looks like my oil is getting hot. So let's see if it's going to pop all over the place. All right. Before I burn me, you, my phone, everybody. So, as I'm about to fry this chicken, y'all, I've been on my soapbox complaining about your cousins. And the reason why I say your cousins, because I'm half black and half white. So I could talk about both of y'all. I could be an equal opportunity hater. If y'all black folks is getting on my nerves, I'm going to talk about you. If y'all white folks is getting on my nerves, I'm going to talk about you also, because I got both of y'all in my blood and all of y'all in my family. So I'm going to talk about you. And I just am saying, dude, when we do business with our own, if you are a black business owner and you're doing business with melanated clientele, don't be fucking shady. Don't have shady business practices. Why are you trying to get over on your own folks? I'm saying this because, dude, my partner and I are throwing a tea party, an all-ladies tea party in April here in Metro Atlanta, and we found the most adorable little house in historic Stone Mountain for this tea party. We're going to have big old hats and heels and all that stuff and all the little, pinky stuff and the teas and the lady fingers and the petit fours and the lady, and the little finger sandwiches and all that shit. Found the most adorable house. It was fucking awesome, actually, really. And, even with her trying to freaking nickel and dime us to death, I mean, really, what kind of place? You come with a full DJ, speakers, mic, amplifier, and they still want to charge you $500 just to plug into their wall? That's a rip. What kind of bullshit ass, shenanigans is that foolishness? So that is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. So when I'm saying that these folks are, and it's even worse than that. So we are in the time of COVID. Omicron is slapping fucking people in the ass right now. Like, for real. And so, anytime you have any event, people are going to be congregating. Like, dude, you got to be careful, because if Fauci, the CDC, or whatever your lame ass, governor or whatever says in your state or your mayor, whether you can or cannot congregate, you're going to have to shut that shit down, right? It's just life right now. That's just life. That's just what's happening. And this set of ladies who own this adorable little house, really it's the most adorable thing in historic Stone Mountain, Georgia, they want to charge a 60% non-refundable deposit. Who does 60%? Now, I can see if you want to put a 10 or 20% down, maybe even a 30% hold. Like, for real. Okay, I can see that. But, dude, we're talking about non-refundable. So that means if some shit happened and the government shut it down and we weren't going to be able to actually have the function, your little heifer ass is skipping off with, like, more than half of our money just because you want to be greedy and do a non-refundable. And so, you know what really makes me upset? And the reason why I know that they were trying to nickel and dime us to get over this is because on several occasions, the lady who is giving me the tour did tell my partner and myself that she and the other lady had just acquired this property. So that means if you just acquired this property, that means you got a whole stack of bills. And when you got a whole damn stack of bills, that means you trying to hurry up and get some money in to pay those bills. But guess what? Don't get that money in for those bills on the back of your clients where you're actually doing them detriment or doing them harm, because then you're losing that client. You don't know if that client was going to be a repeat client. You don't know if they were going to be coming and doing more business with you time and time again. But because you decided to show your ass and be a jackass from the beginning, now you don't have any business. So I don't understand how, especially if you are a black business or a melanated business owner, please do not show your ass and be a jackass in front of or to other clientele that is also melanated. I mean, we're always complaining that Black Lives Matter, right? We're always complaining that the white man is keeping us down. We always complaining that it's somebody else's fucking fault. But how is it always somebody else's fault when we keep doing it to ourselves? Like, for real. How is it our fault that the white man is keeping us down, but you a black business owner and you fucking up? How is that? How is that? How is that the white man keeping us down? That doesn't sound like the white man is keeping us down. That doesn't sound like the white man is keeping us down at all. It sounds like you got an attitude problem. Or it sounds like you got a time management problem. It sounds like you got a finance problem. It sounds like you got every other problem than dealing with your business etiquette and your business correctly. And that is the sad part. So all these folks that went out there and got them PPE loans, all the folks that went out there and got them stimulus checks, and they decided they were going to go ahead and have a business, and now they realize that having a business is a lot more difficult than they realized. Whole lot more difficult than they realized. You don't just get some inventory in and just put it up for sale. That's not how a business works. You got other stuff that goes in on the back end. What about sales tax? What about registering your business so it's actually legitimate in the state that you live in? All of these things, everybody wanted to try to jump on that COVID PPE stimulus payment bandwagon. And now we've got an influx of all these ridiculous ass small businesses selling all types of drop ship bullshit because they got this PPE loan, they got this stimulus check, and they decided they was going to open them a business. And now they done opened them a business, and now they fucking up. Now they mad because they not getting any traffic to their site. But when customers do email them or do submit an order, it takes 20 years to get any type of confirmation, to get any type of communication back from these businesses. So what is that? That is not the white man keeping you down. That is your own lack thereof keeping you down. Again, your own lack of time management, your own lack of knowledge the way you have to get your business set up. If you don't get it set up on a sound foundation, it doesn't matter what you buy and sell. It doesn't matter what kind of or how glorious your services are if it's built on some bullshit. And I'm sorry to say that these days, in the time of COVID, a lot of businesses have cropped up with copious amounts of bullshit. Just call it what it is, BS. And so because of that, you really have to be wary and leery and do your research before you click that submit button. Just because you think that Tumblr is cute, just because you think them shorts are cute, them stickers, them earrings, that bracelet, just because you think them things are cute, you need to be extremely careful with who you purchase from, because some of these small businesses are out there just cutting a fool. And it is so disappointing because your cousins a lot of times are the ones out there actually being shiesty to your own cousins. If you are a black or melanated business, what the fuck? Why are you being shady to clientele that is melanated or that are brown people? Don't do that shit. We have an influx of PPE and COVID businesses right now. And everybody that you see on social media that got a business that's selling lashes, that's selling hair, that's selling weaves, that's selling these two-piece sweatsuits or, eyelash cases, all this little trinket shit, this drop shit, that's all that PPE and COVID stuff. You got to be really careful about who you purchase from. And then purchasing from them if you are that small business. And not everybody that sells that stuff is bootsy crap. Mostly definitely not. But you know the ones that are. And you got to be really careful and do your research, because again, some of these businesses put on great facades. Again, I have a small business that actually promotes other small businesses. So I get scammed sometimes too. Do you know, just this past week, I was taken for $70 because I saw a guy that told me he could do a step and repeat for the tea party that I want to throw. And this motherfucker got me for $70. And the red flag should have went off because I did it through PayPal, and usually PayPal is A-okay with your money, but I wasn't thinking, and I clicked that button and I sent it as he was a friend. Well, that's not a fraudulent transaction. You sent that shit directly to that person, so it's not fraudulent. So I'm having a fuck of a time trying to get my money back from PayPal. But come to find out, this guy scammed people all over the Facebook groups. And then I went back and saw that they were all complaining. And I'm like, fuck me, because I fell, just like the regular ass person. And I am a small business that looks at small businesses and vets small businesses to make sure that they are cool and they are on the up and up, to make sure if somebody else is actually to make sure if somebody else is going to buy buy some stuff from them, they don't waste their time and money and energy on some bullshit too, right? But I'm telling you, I got taken for $70 from this guy. His name was James Simeon, Simeon, on Facebook. And he doesn't have much up on his profile, and that should have been an indicator. And I just didn't do my due diligence. So, anybody can get scammed. Anybody can get scammed. So, like I said, I was just taken with PayPal for a step and repeat banner that I was trying to get. But if I was not careful, for real, if I was not careful, if I was not doing my due diligence, if I was in a hurry and I just signed the paperwork for them ladies who were trying to, who I was going to rent the event space from, if I was hasty and I didn't look over everything, it would not have been $70 that I lost. It would have been almost $2,000 that I lost. And that's a huge, huge difference. Let me tell you, these small businesses that aren't cool come in all shapes and sizes. They don't just have to be digital internet people that are offering to make you a caricature or a logo for your business, because you see that shit all over the place, right? You see that all over, where you got these people popping in on your messages or on your comments and saying, hey, do you want me to make you a cartoon of your logo? Hey, do you want me to? Hey, and they're all scams, right? We figured that out, that they're all scams. And so those are kind of easier to spot. But when somebody is dressed up, in Gucci and Poochie and Balenciagas and all that foolishness, is really hard to discern whether or not they're just blowing smoke up your ass or they're true and legitimate. And it is really sad that the small business that my partner and I encountered just happened to literally be blowing like serious buku smoke up our ass. So again, if I didn't read the fine print, and I just went ahead and clicked the submit button, if we would have had to cancel this tea party, Kay and Helena would have been out $2,000 on some bullshit just because these heifers wanted to be some gold diggers. And I just can't get over that how you would go ahead and do that to other. If you're a melanated business and you go ahead and do that to other melanated clientele, it just burns me up. It gets my goat, and I just can't stand it. And so I will say, if you guys do any type of drop shipping at all, if you do order your products from out of the country and you do get that stuff drop shipped to you, please open that bad boy up and look at your merchandise before you send it out to the client. And if your merchandise comes back totally bootsy and it was not good, then you can actually go back to AliExpress or Alibaba or whoever you're getting your stuff from and let them know, and they will just go ahead and refund you back your money for the shipment. They won't even ask for the product back. So if they do send you some bullshit, go ahead and do that. But check that merchandise before you actually send it out to clients, because, oh my God, I've been on the receiving end of something that was not proper, that I had to wait almost 2 months for this item, and it wound up being a drop ship item from China. And it was literally, you know how when you have basketball shorts and your drawstrings are like in the front? Okay, the drawstrings were like in the back, like on the ass. And so it was totally sewn on backwards. It was terrible. So if you are getting any type of drop ship items like that from another country, you're ordering stuff, okay, that's fine, because sometimes that's the way you have to get stuff to you, right? But make sure that you check that stuff before it goes out to the client, because there are too many times that your client is going to go ahead and get really shitty product, and then you didn't even open it up to see what the fuck it was. I mean, come on now. How are you going to send your customers or your clients some fucking basketball shorts with the drawstrings in the fucking back? The ass literally sewn on backwards. You can't do that shit. So I'm talking about these drop ship businesses. I'm talking about these COVID businesses. I'm talking about these PPE loan businesses. And honestly, I feel like that that set of ladies at that event space, really, I feel like they got their PPE money. They each had a little bit of a side hustle or business, and they teamed up together, and they got their PPE loan and stimulus money together, and they went in on this house, and it's gorgeously decorated. I mean, big throne chairs and rhinestones, and all the decor is, really upscale, glitzy glamour. It is so cute. Like I said, it is the ideal place for a tea party. But when you start, trying to literally monetarily rape your clients, so like I said, to skip off to the bank with their money for a 60% non-refundable deposit. Now, I could see if they had to buy something and they were going to be out that money. And that's the reason why they couldn't refund the whole amount. Or if they say, a week or two before the date, the deposit will be prorated or something like that. Nah, these heifers right off the bat, like from jump start, 21 Jump Street decided to fucking charge us 60%. So again, like I said, not only was it bad business, but I get the quote for the event space in the evening on a Sunday evening, about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. But then by 9 o'clock the next morning, I have a past due invoice coming to my inbox for the same amount. And then 2 days later, Wednesday, I get a cancellation and a denial letter. You didn't even give me a chance to talk to you. You didn't give me a chance to get quotes from other vendors to compare. You just knew you were a jackass, and you knew you were wrong for trying to charge us buku money up front. And, truth be told, the house is really, really adorable. But honestly, maybe y'all need that money more than we think, because the porch was totally tilted crooked. Y'all need to go ahead and do that. You need to reseal the window panes, and you need to get the paint off of the window panes, because it's an old house. And down in the basement, you got a door down there that doesn't even close, and it's about 6 inches open, ajar, just locked with a padlock. So all kinds of critters and stuff looking for warmth right now, because it's awful weather, are probably scurrying all in the house and leaving babies and droppings all down there. So I'm so glad that y'all decided y'all didn't want us to give you $1,738 or whatever it was for a non-refundable deposit on something that would not have been probably up to our standards anyway. So I thank you so much for giving us that option to not choose you and to be able to go with somebody, again, a white man who actually is in a nicer space and is giving us more bang for our buck and is totally bending over backwards and is like 3 times cheaper than what y'all gold digging heifers were trying to offer, and we're getting more. So again, I want to thank y'all for bearing with me today, frying some chicken, and letting me rant, because y'all, I was hot. I even didn't answer my was trying to chime in with that. Oh, so who's this Bigfoot? Let's see. I'm going to talk to him and see what he thinks about this situation. Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm good. I got a question for you, sir. Can I ask you a question since you chimed
Yes,
in on my live?
yeah, what you need?
Okay, so I got a question, right? Um, if you went to a place and you had to
Okay,
put down a deposit, okay, and they were trying to charge you a 60% non-refundable deposit on a space. So say you're having a
okay,
party and you need to go rent a space like a hall or so. And so they want to take 60% non-refundable. How do you feel about that?
okay.
Does that seem excessive
I
to
wouldn't
you?
go for that.
Does that seem excessive to you?
That ain't right. I wouldn't even go for that.
So does
That's
that
not
seem
excessive at all.
like they trying to get over on you, right?
That's what they trying to do. That's
Yeah.
exactly what they trying to do.
They put it in the fine
That's what
print.
they trying to do. I
They put it in the fine print. And so
oh,
my other question is, are you surprised that it's a black owned business?
nope. Uh-uh. We the one to get along with. Another one they would get along with from black people. You know
Why
they
your
have but no but a
cousins?
beat.
Always your cousins, right?
always, always you good.
And then, but
Ain't that right?
here's the thing, and I say I could talk about black people and I could talk about white people because my mom is white and my dad is black. He a nigga from Philly. Okay. My mom is a white lady from Portugal. She's Portuguese, European. So I could talk about everybody. Okay. So, you know, why is it that we black folks are always crying that the white man is trying to keep us down, but it's really ourselves keeping us fucking down by doing dirty ass shit like that.
Exactly. You're right about that. You're right.
You know what
You're
I'm saying?
exactly right. I tell you what I just did though. I just followed you. I just followed you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay?
Cause I look at
Yeah, I
and
just
try to help
followed you.
small businesses. You know what I mean? And so, I tried to go to a small business and help them and rent out of their space. You know what I'm saying? So if that
Right.
wasn't bad enough, let me tell you what else. So do you know anything about DJing, speakers, mics, amplifiers? You're a guy, so when you hire a DJ, they come with that shit, right? They got their own get up because
Yeah.
these days it's digital.
Right.
So they usually got a little, MP spinner shit or what all, all that bullshit or whatever, right? So we hired a full fledged DJ. He was bringing mics, amplifiers, had all his cables, speakers. These heifers try to charge us an additional $500 just to plug into their fucking wall.
Wow, that's crazy. They really had their dick out. They were really trying to fuck some money.
My goodness, but
They about play, but
why is it always us trying to do us wrong though? Because I bet you if it was a white
that's the
person that came in
same.
there, they wouldn't have been acting and putting some of the things, and she was just being real nickel and dimey. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want us to like be sideways? Oh well, we got to get another $100. Oh, you want us to stand this way? Oh well, that's a different $100. It was like constantly something, and I just don't understand why these black businesses we do this to each other, or you get a fucking stank ass customer
Right.
service attitude.
Right.
Have you
Right.
gotten that before?
Well,
Or have you, huh?
you know the best way to yeah,
Don't patronize them. Cut that
you
shit
know the
off.
best way to exactly. You so said it did. You said it all that time. Don't even pass the line with me.
Nope.
We got a guy here in town can can work on a car real good. And he messed my car up. I had to sue him, a black man. I had to sue
See?
him.
See?
Judge
See?
told the book and pay all money back.
Right. And then they
You know what
don't
I'm
want to
saying? I ain't
own up
fooling with
to
him.
their
Said, no,
bullshit.
with him.
Yep. Yep.
That's
Yep.
the way you gotta do it. You can't fool with
Yep.
them. You find them out like that, you just got to move on. It ain't
Isn't
that
that a
serious.
shame though? It's just is disheartening. That's all. It's just disheartening. You know what I mean? That you gotta that we do each other like that, but yet we complain like it's somebody else doing it to us. That's
No,
all I'm
no,
saying.
that's just our that's just black folks mentality. Know how to do each other wrong, and the folk and everybody else doing us wrong.
I'm
If
saying,
we learn to cut it,
can you imagine
cut it loose.
the can you imagine the strides we would make as a people, as a just even as a community, if we all banded together the way we fight each other and try to outdo each other?
We'll be number one. We'll be number one people. We'll be number one people. We had that, and we will open our eyes up
I'm
and
saying,
see the
I'm
goodness.
saying. And
We'll be number
so
one.
right. And then I said, these days you got to be so careful because a lot of these businesses out there are these stank folks that got that PPE loan, that got them
Yeah.
fake businesses, and they be trying to scam people all over Facebook, and you know what I mean? Like, it's just so much going on. But the problem is it's mostly us. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? It's
Exactly.
mostly us
Exactly.
doing to each other. So, well, I thank you, hun, for chiming in with me and chatting with me tonight.
Okay, no problem.
All
I
right, and I'll
followed
follow you
you, so
back.
you can follow me back.
All right, and I'll go
Okay.
ahead and follow
Okay.
you back.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
you
you
have a
have a
good
good
night.
night, then.
Huh?
I'll talk at you later.
All right,
I'll
you have a
talk at
great
you later.
evening. All right, bye bye now.
Bye bye.
So, if y'all were watching, I was just talking to Bigfoot over there, and we were talking about, having being melanated, being a melanated woman, and, having a small business. I'm like doubly like slapped, right? I'm a minority and then I'm a woman, which makes it worse because then we get like absolutely no respect in the business world. So, and we have to prove ourselves twice as much. And so a lot of times, having to prove ourselves like that, we have to go above and beyond. And so, as a businesswoman who is melanated, I always make it my point to over deliver. I always want to be underestimated and I want to over deliver to my clients. Okay. And I think that that's the way that all businesses should really conduct their etiquette with their clientele. However, we all know, just like Bigfoot was saying, some of our cousins don't treat us very well when we come to them as clients. So, me being a black woman, if I have another melanated person that comes to me for service, I am going to go like extremely above and beyond because I want to prove myself to let them know that I am, totally legitimate and above board. But you really have these businesses out there these days that are just, I call them those COVID businesses. They got that PPE loan and they are out there just, really just giving the real small businesses, the honest, true entrepreneurs, a bad name. And it makes me so sad because I just recently, just this past week, got taken And, I actually promote small businesses and I vet them to make sure that they're on the up and up, right? That's what I do. But even my ass got taken because it is hard to sometimes figure whether or not these businesses are really like legitimate or not, So on Facebook, I belong to a bunch of groups, and my business partner, Kay Bridges, and I are in the process of planning an all-girls, a ladies-only tea party. And so I was looking for a step and repeat. That's that thing that you stand in front of with the red carpet that has logos on it so people can take pictures like the photographers. It's called a step and repeat. So I ordered this step and repeat and I gave this guy $70. And you know what? As soon as I hit the button, something inside me said, Helena, you should have done more research. And come to find out, this motherfucker scammed all these people in these Facebook groups. And I did go through PayPal, so that wasn't the red flag, because PayPal is probably really the preferred method, because if there's an issue, they can reverse it and you can resolve it and you'll get your money back, right? But here's the kicker. Here was the red flag that slapped me in the face and I didn't pay attention to it, is he had me do it as if he was a friend, not as a service. So when you do that, it's like you're giving permission to the people. It's not like somebody accessed your account and hacked it or something. You actually gave permission to this, or, put the email in there yourself and shit and sent it. So I'm having a time really trying to get my money back from PayPal, even though they know it was totally bogus, because it was basically falls back on me with my fault. So I still get scammed, but I had come on here while I was cooking dinner and to rant and rave, because not only did I get taken for $70, I almost got taken for $2,000. And that's because in my looking for event space for a tea party, I came upon the most adorable historic house in historic Stone Mountain, Georgia. And it was the cutest thing with the porch and the gardens and the lawn and the courtyards. And these women, when they sent me the quote for the event space, they sent me the deposit invoice. The deposit invoice was for 60% non-refundable. Who in their right mind, in thoughts on sockless marriage? If you want to be sockless and go with flip-flops, go for it. I don't care. Do that. One of my best girlfriends said that when she got married, she wanted to go ahead and have flip-flops on the beach with a wife beater and like a Abercrombie and Fitch scarf or some shit. So if you want to do sockless marriage, if that's what you mean, socks, like no socks, I don't care. Go ahead. But what I'm talking about is small businesses that are out here scamming folks, and these folks are out here like trying to get over. And so again, my business partner and I, K-A-Y-Y Bridges, we are in the process of planning a ladies only tea party, and we found this most adorable fucking house. And if you actually go on my page, you'll actually see, I had a video and stuff. I showed the house. It's just so fucking cute. But these heifers were totally gold diggers. And my problem, or my question is when you are a black owned business, a melanated business owner, why do you shit on the clients that come to you that are also melanated? Why do you try to fucking get over on us? These heifers, I swear to God, tried to get me for a 60 non-refundable deposit on an event space in the time of COVID. And this event is not until the end of April, like April 30th. And you want me to just give you almost $2,000 just for fucking shits and giggles? That's That's not cool. I don't understand that. And so I have a real problem with, you know, these businesses that are trying to get over as small businesses. So, most small businesses that have cropped up over this time of COVID and PPE, it's sad to say, but a lot of them are not true legitimate businesses. They're just people who got a little extra money in their pocket and decided they were going to have a business. So they ordered a whole bunch of hair, wigs, lashes, and sweatsuits and whatnot from Alibaba or AliExpress. And now they're trying to sell this bullshit on their website. To me, that's not a small business. I'm talking about the real small businesses who actually put in the work, the businesses who are actually registered with their state, that are actually filing taxes, the ones that are actually legitimate. And even the ones that are actually, so this house that I went to for this tea party, they're totally legitimate. They actually have a full-fledged event space. It's just that they have no integrity. So they're legitimate. They're just shisty business owners. It is COVID. Omicron is whooping people's ass right now. Like, for real. And we're just going to have to live with it for whatever amount of time that it sticks around. It just is what it fucking is. So if you're trying to throw an event, a party, Nana's, 90th birthday, or somebody's getting married, or an anniversary, or whatever, and you're trying to look for an event space, and you have months, and you book this thing, right? And you book it now, and this shit is not until the end of spring or the summer, the last thing you want to hear is a 60% non-refundable deposit. What are these people thinking? So here's what I think they're thinking. They messed up. They actually told me during their conversation several times that they had just purchased this property. If you have just purchased this property and you did all this hellified, gorgeous decorating, because they really did an impeccable job with the decorations. It's really cute. They did a really nice job. All right, kudos to them for that. But you know what? You trying to get over and make me give you a non-refundable deposit just because you need to pay back all this furniture just you fucking bought does not mean that that's cool business practices. And so I'm really distraught or upset that they would do this. Like I said, it's inhumane. And that's just really fucking greedy and gold diggerish if you, just, break it down and just be real about it. If you're requiring a 60% non-refundable, deposit on something, on an event space, on a space, this isn't even caterer that's buying food or bartender that's buying liquor. This is nothing extra out of their pocket. This is just them opening the fucking doors and saying, come on the fuck in. You want to charge us a 60% non-refundable, a non-refundable deposit. And the problem, and the biggest thing that hurts my heart is your cousins, these black-owned businesses that treat the black clientele or customers like crap. Or, they have certain policies for the white folks, but they're going to try to get over on the black folks. And that really, really butters my biscuit when they do that. And so y'all have been with me cooking dinner, and I've just been talking my brain out. And I actually had a gentleman on here, Bigfoot, and I even asked him how he thought it was. And he was like, well, your cousins, black folks, is always trying to get over on each other for whatever reason. And, I hate that excuse that the white man is keeping us down, the white man is keeping us down, the white man is keeping us down, because that's a bogus, lame-ass fucking excuse. A lot of times, it's us melanated folks that are doing it to our fucking selves. If we stopped fucking being shady and we had some integrity about us and we had, solid business practices in place, and we had solid foundation that our business was built on, and if we have solid customer service etiquette skills, interpersonal communication skills, then our business should be thriving and we shouldn't have any issues with shadiness and people not trusting us. But when you do have these COVID or PPE loan businesses out there and they're under the guise because even they've gotten registered and they've got this paperwork behind them, but you still don't know, do your research. And if you are a small business, be on your P's and Q's. Because a lot of times these customers are taking a leap of faith on patronizing a small business because they're scared that as soon as they click that submit button, they're never going to see their money or their product or anything, right? So they're taking a leap of faith to go ahead and shop with small businesses. So as a small business owner, don't be a jackass. Make your prices, your processes consistent with all people across the board. You know, folks are always trying to get hookups and this and that. Don't even do that shit. If you want to put yourself a little discount code, and that way that hookup that they want, they can go ahead and run that discount that you've already been running on your site for a business as a promotion anyway. They feel like they're getting something, but you just got that little coupon. So don't even worry about it. So let's see. This is Rolanda that is asking to go live. Let's see what they've got to say. Hey, how are you?
Hello,
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm
Good.
doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. So
That's
my
good.
name is Helena. What's your name, hun?
My name is Michael.
Michael. Hi, Michael. I have a question for you. So, do you get on social media a lot?
Uh, I'm usually on TikTok and Snapchat
Okay.
most of the day.
So,
That's about it.
so on Snapchat and TikTok, have you noticed that there are a lot of people these days, like a lot of small businesses trying to sell stuff
Yeah, I get the ads all the time.
all the time, right? And they're always doing like
All the time.
you see a lot of stuff people are either doing like t-shirts or tumblers or some bullshit like that, right? Or you see a lot of people, I hate to say, selling lashes, selling wigs, selling hair. You know what I mean? Selling like
Yeah,
those jumpsuits or whatever they got from China. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, right? So you see a lot of stuff cropping up on social media. And so I was just saying how it's so hard to trust small businesses and know which people are cool and which people aren't cool.
yeah, 'cause like some of the stuff could be fake and like all that damage too.
Exactly. So I actually, if after you talk to me, if you go to my actual page, I actually have a video on there, right? I ordered something from a small business and he drop shipped it from China, which means he ordered a bunch of stuff from China and had it shipped to his house, which is cool because a lot of people, that's how they get their inventory or whatever. You know, it's cheaper to get it overseas and have it shipped to you. All right, cool. But here's the thing. He sent me a pair of shorts and they were basketball shorts. Have you ever wore basketball shorts?
Yeah, I actually play basketball.
Okay. Do your basketball shorts have strings in the back?
No,
Okay. So these basketball shorts had the string in the back on the ass. And then
I don't think that's how it's supposed to be.
exactly. That's exactly my point, right? That's exactly my point. So what happened was they got the inventory in, and instead of opening up the bag and seeing if it was cool, they just sent it out to the customers. And that
Yeah,
pair
they
of
need to
shorts,
check it.
I ordered 2 pair of shorts. It cost me $90. Both pairs of shorts literally had the ass sewn on backwards. So you know, like with shorts, your butt has a little more meat to it. So they put more material in the back on the butt. That pouch part was in the front where your stomach is at, and the strings were on the butt.
They messed all
They
that up.
totally fucked it up, right? So my gripe is these small businesses that went ahead and got their COVID PPE loans or they got their stimulus checks and they decided they were going to get a business and they're going to go ahead and sell, but they start selling all this bullshit to us. You know what I mean? And so, um, one of the things that I started doing was actually almost like I have a small business directory and I actually have a small business home shopping network like QVC, where we actually have like legitimate small businesses come on and you can actually buy stuff from them and not be afraid that they're going to take your money. so, so
That's nice.
yeah, so that's kind of what I do and even in person. So I'm actually in the process and I know you're not into it, but I'm putting on like a ladies only tea party. And so you see like with the big hats and the heels and all that stuff, we're going to have all the little foo-foo shit and all the little tea and sandwiches and all that stuff. And so I went to this house, this historic house because I live in Atlanta, Georgia. So I went to this historic house to look at it to see if it was cool for the party we're gonna have. And now COVID is kicking everybody in the ass right now, and everybody's wearing masks and getting shots, and they're putting restrictions back out with people gathering together and stuff like that. So we got to be careful. And so because of that stuff can like come and go. It's like dates can't be always be set in stone because if Fauci says we can't do it, we can't do it. You know what I mean? And so but the lady who owns the event space to put a deposit down. Now I want you to put your ears on and do the math. She wanted us to put a 60 non-refundable deposit down. Doesn't that sound like she's just skipping off to the
It,
bank with our money?
it sounds like it to me. See, I don't know like that much about all that.
No, 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 but just in your general state of things. So for example, if you paid to go to somebody paid to go to your basketball game and if it gets canceled, they get their money back. You know what I mean? Because the game's been canceled or they move it to the next
Hmm.
to the next date or whatever, right? And they can go to the next game. Well, what if instead of um not giving their money back, they're just like, "Oh well, you bought the ticket, so sad on you." Now, $25, $10 might not be that big of a deal if we're talking about like a high school or a college basketball game, right? But talk about like $2,000 given somebody and they're just fucking it off because it's non-refundable. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I don't think they should be able to do that.
But they can though. But that's what I'm saying. And then she wanted to charge 22% tip on top of that. Who does that? So it's
Yeah,
not only
I don't
internet.
think they should do that.
No, I was like, oh, hell no. Thank you, but no, thank you. you know, but all I'm saying is it's not even just internet businesses. It's real businesses, like everyday businesses. That's like going into McDonald's and you getting your meal and them not giving you your Big Mac and you go to tell them and they're just like, oh, well, so what? You don't get it. That's bullshit, right? But that's exactly how it's like them just
Exactly.
taking your money and just being like, oh, well. So that was my gripe. I was frying chicken tonight, complaining. And so you just happened to chime in on my complaining, little boy. Sorry, Mike.
It's all fine. I'm down to listen to anything.
Well, I am going to go ahead and follow you. And I hope to see some of your basketball videos. Okay, hun?
I'll try and get my highlights and post them.
All right. Put some up for me. And all right, y'all, everybody who has watched me, I was on with Bigfoot and I'm on with Mike now. And we are going to sign off. I'm going to go eat them chicken tenders that I just fried for dinner and drink some wine. What you going to go do, boy?
Sounds good.
What you going to go do?
Um, I might go. Actually, I don't know. I might just stay laying in bed.
Okay, well, you do that and get some rest for school tomorrow.
Actually, my school got canceled because of snow.
Where do you live? What state?
Kentucky.
Oh, yeah, you're not that far away from us though. But yeah, you're more inland. Your state is a little more interior than ours. So yeah, you're not really that far. I am about, let's see, from Memphis, I'm about 7 hours. So if that gives you any, and from,
I've actually been to Atlanta once. I don't
oh,
think it was
okay,
that
and
long.
then Nashville is like 5 hours from me.
So yeah, it's not that long.
Yeah, it's really not. It's really not because I have a stepson that lives right outside. He's actually in Kentucky, but he's like on the border of Kentucky and Tennessee. He's like right on the border, right
So
past
he's close to
Nashville.
me then, because
Huh?
I'm like in the middle of the state. Do you know what county he lives in?
Nope. I want to say he lit. Nope. Don't even make me lie. Don't even make me lie. But
Yeah, but
he's like 2 hours from Louisville. From Louisville. So if
so
that
yeah,
gives you any gauge,
so he's close to me.
yeah, probably so.
That's actually really close to me.
Oh, we'll see.
I might know him. That's how close he is.
You may. His name is Trey Radcliffe. He plays basketball.
That doesn't ring a bell.
His school was white. I don't know. I can't
I
even
might have
tell.
played against him.
Huh?
It just doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, but yeah, he was big in his little, in the local town over there or whatever. So, big hot shot. But all right, sweetheart, you go get some rest and especially because you don't have to go to
Enjoy
school.
that chicken.
All right, honey bunny. And bye, y'all. Y'all have a great evening.